Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, for all of this you from the well. Peace and salutations to the 144,000 and the rest of the 1/3. Large multitude, unto you I say shalom. Coming to you back with another Let's Do Spirit. And I'm going to title this one, The Earth Needs New Rulership. Because the current rulership of the earth is being ran by this devil, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, is nothing but hell. Living under this damn devil is living in hell. You know, it's a hellish condition. You know, but we know that ultimately we're in this condition. We're in this captivity and this slavery because we sinned against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Broke the first covenant, and just like in Deuteronomy chapter 28, you know, we followed the law, statutes, and commandments that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gave us, then we would be blessed. But if we went off, then we would be cursed. And ultimately, that's why the nation of Israel fell, for sinning against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But we know that this is the final captivity. This is the final time that we're going to be subject under a heathen nation. Ultimately, we know that we have to endure, you know, because we sin against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But the whole earth is in mourning from being under this damn devil, being constantly attacked spiritually, physically, being attacked throughout the food, throughout the water, breathing in these chemtrails, you know, being bombarded with you know, these damn radio signals, Wi-Fi signals, whatever it may be, to try to lower your vibration. You know, and ultimately we know that it's all demons fucking with our heads, but just being under this devil is hell. You know, you have no go to work to these 9 to 5s, having to see, you know, the Eve over you, the white man over you. You know, it's just hell. Ultimately, that's why we want out of this place. We want this place to be destroyed, because we know when this devil gets brought down, and that's when the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. But we know that we have to go through this final captivity to get to that kingdom of heaven. And ultimately, it's not an easy road. It's not an easy road to the kingdom of heaven. Just like it's written in 2nd Ezra chapter 7, we got to go through that straight gate to get to that city set in a broad place, which is the kingdom of heaven. This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And right now, the righteous are not in authority. It's the wicked, which comprise of the nation of Edom, which are the descendants of Esau, the twin brother of Jacob, that was prophesied to rule the whole earth for a short period of time. But we know that short period of time is coming to end very soon. Because he was only meant to rule a short amount of time, like it says in Revelation, I think chapter 20, where it says Satan will be loose for a little season. We're in that little season right now. We're under the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, which is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. You know, but we know that his time of ruling upon the planet Earth is short, and we're almost at that end of this devil's rulership. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it to follow it. And really, the whole earth, even if they don't know it, you know, these people, these heathens, and even 2/3 of our own people, the animals, the birds, all the wildlife, know that ultimately, once the nation of Israel gets established, starting when Yahweh Shai and 144,000, and that's when the earth is fully going to give its full increase. Because right now, the earth isn't giving this full increase. This is the weakest the earth has ever been. Ultimately, because this devil, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, is in rulership. So the earth isn't going to give its full increase to a damn devil that wants to just destroy and destroy and destroy. That's why a lot of the earth is frozen. You know, certain parts of the earth can't be accessed. Ultimately, because this devil wasn't meant to access the whole earth. He was only meant to access certain parts, you know, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai set the bounds that he cannot pass, both on the earth in both his time ruling upon the planet Earth. That's why the whole earth is mourning, because his damn devils in rulership. But we know that his time of ruling is coming to an end very soon. This is Daniel chapter 4 and verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of all men. So ultimately, it was Yahweh Bashim Shai who set up the basis of all men, which is the self-proclaimed white man, which is Esau Edom. It was the Most High who gave this devil rulership of the entire earth, but only for a short period of time, because he sold his birthright. He sold his birthright to Jacob, which is Israel, the nation of Israel, and the descendants, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And he's trying to do everything in his power to try to get that birthright back. But we know that that's not going to happen. He's trying to do away with the nation of Israel, so Yahweh Bashim Shai can give him the birthright. But we know that that's not going to happen. We know that this devil ruling and destroying the whole earth is only for a short period of time. But right now, the whole world is mourning. Not just the people, but the trees, the wildlife, the sea life. This devil dumps tons and tons of plastic into the oceans. You got a island the size of Texas just floating in the ocean. That's why this devil has to be brought down, because the whole world is in mourning. The whole world is groaning, and they're really groaning and mourning for the nation of Israel to get established, as the rulers upon the planet Earth. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. So the whole creation is mourning, from the people to the animals to even the trees and the grass, because right now the wicked of the world is ruling, starting with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Amalekites, the Small Hats. Their way of ruling the earth is in wickedness, which is completely contrary to the scriptures. Constantly destroying, causing deforestation, killing off people throughout the earth, especially over there in Palestine. They're trying to do away with a whole set of people. Try to do away with the Arabians, which is really the descendants of Ishmael. This devil ruling up on the planet Earth, his whole time of ruling has been nothing but war and destruction. And the whole world is feeling that. They're feeling that pain of this devil ruling up on the planet Earth. But we know that he's not going to rule forever. His time of ruling up on the planet Earth is only for a short period of time, and it's almost over. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So everybody's, for the majority, the 2/3 of Jake, these heathens, they're under the vibration of Esau Edom. And that desperate, I want it now. That's why you have fast foods. You have DoorDash and Grubhub. Everything's at the convenience of a button. Just like this devil, he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait for that morsel of meat, so he gave his birthright up. And that's the same vibration that everybody's in. That's why when the MOTB gets made mandatory, majority of people are going to take it, because they're so used to having everything given unto them at the snap of a finger. You got microwavable food. You can get anything at the click of a button on your phone. And that's how Esau Edom, he's programmed the whole earth, really, to get them ready for the MOTB. Verse 3, an unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. So an unwise king destroyed his people, which is this damn devil. He has done nothing but destroy, kill. The only good thing he's good at is at destroying and killing. He's constantly finding new ways to kill off and destroy. Now he's poisoning the food. He's poisoning the water, poisoning the air. Just finding ways to kill you off quickly or kill you off slowly. Giving you these jump shots so you can so-called get better, which we know we're not supposed to trust this devil, but yet these people are trusting this devil and the self-proclaimed white man. Verse 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And who's going to be that profitable nation that's going to rule upon the planet Earth is the nation of Israel, Yasharallah, Prince of the Power, comprised of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And that time is always almost here, because we only got 2 major prophecies left before this devil gets brought down, and his time of rulership, of ruling upon the planet Earth, his kingdom of hell comes to an end, which those 2 major prophecies are the mass implementation of the MOTB, which is the micro C-HIP, in World War III. But first has to come the MOTB and then the Third World War, which is right now. You got Israel and Iran going at it over there, shooting missiles at each other. That's only going to ramp up more and more. Verse 8, because of unrighteous dealing, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So everything that this devil has done, he's gotten it through deceit, through lying. That's why he's called the devil, because he's a deceiver. That's what that word devil means, deceiver. And he has deceived the whole nations into thinking he's the chosen people, that he's really the Israelites, that he's God, that the only begotten Son, which is who everybody ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which his real name is Yahweh Shai, that he's a so-called pasty white Edomite with long stringy hair and blue eyes. No, ultimately Yahweh Shai and the Heavenly Father, they're so-called black man. But the world doesn't know that, and even if they do, they don't want to accept it, because they've been deceived by this damn devil to believe that he's really the Most High, and then he's the only begotten Son. But we know that that's bullshit. Now that we've woken up to the truth, now that's how he's gone out throughout the earth and robbed and doctrined everybody, thinking that he's the Most High, and taking their resources. But now everybody's starting to wake up to the fact that it's bullshit, and who are really the true people of Yahweh Bashim Shai, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners that may look like the other heathen nations, but ultimately their lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why this devil, he's going to cough up those riches. All the gold that he has stashed up, all the gold, silver, precious stones, the emeralds, rubies, they're all going to be for the nation of Israel. The heathen are going to use the gold and silver to build up the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is going to have streets paved with gold. This damn devil, he has concrete everywhere. That's how you know that Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, is ruling. This is Isaiah 65 and verse 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. So once this place gets destroyed, it's not going to come to mind. We're not going to be thinking about, damn, I miss America. I miss Babylon the Great. I miss going to these 9-to-5s, going to these damn jobs and having to deal with these wicked ass people. Oh, damn, I miss eating McDonald's and churches and Popeyes. Oh, I miss, watching the NFL. No, we're not going to think of that shit. Once the kingdom of heaven gets established, that's what we're going to be looking forward to. Not to no damn America to continue on forever and have to keep dealing with all these wicked ass people, have to keep drinking this polluted ass water and eating these GMO foods, breathing all these damn chemtrails. No, we're not looking forward to that. We're looking forward towards the kingdom of heaven, where the whole earth is going to be at rest. The whole earth is going to be at peace, and even these other heathen nations are going to be at peace, building being subjects under the nation of Israel is going to benefit everybody. It's going to benefit even these heathen nations. They're going to realize, like, damn, being under that the white man, that was nothing but hell. It really didn't benefit us. He was like a virus, like a cancer, like a parasite, and yeah, they're going to have to pay tribute to the nation of Israel, but ultimately they're going to be blessed, and if they go off, then that's where we're going to have to put that rod upon them to correct them. And that's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to being in those new bodies, having the law, statutes, commandments written in our inward parts, having everybody in order, our women in order, our children in order, not having to rely on the enemy for the one of all things, not having to go to these goddamn jobs and pay these motherfucking taxes. We're going to be completely sovereign. Being able to keep the feast days and keep the law, statutes, commandments 100%, because we're going to have the new covenant written in our inward parts. But only the elect are looking forward towards that. The rest of Jake, they're not sighing and crying. They want to stay here for another 100, 200 years. However many years you would let Jake stay here, he would stay. Just like in the time of Egypt, during the time of Exodus, Jake wanted to go back. Jake is in that same spirit today. The 2/3 of Jake, they want to stay here. They want to keep eating fast food and McDonald's and keep going to the club and popping bottles. That's the mindset that the 2/3 Jake is in. But ultimately, that's why they're going to be destroyed, because they're not sighing and crying. They don't want the mark of exemption when all hell breaks loose. But that's pretty much the point. I pray this is edifying to the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who all learned this truth from the well. Peace and salutations to the 144,000, the rest of the 1/3, the large multitude, until I say Shalom.